Okay, Eric and Lucas are supposed to be here today, along with myself, obviously. But we have got some of these taken off. Gonna get the rest of those taken off. The HVAC guys are wanting to come early next week and get some of the work performed because we obviously don't have drywall up yet, but they have got their holes drilled. This is the water drain for the mini split unit that will be inside the bottom of the tower. This is where their feed line goes in. That's where their second feed line goes in. So we're going to have an outdoor unit setting here. This is the hot wire feed to feed that entire get up. So hopefully we'll have all these off. I'm going to slide this little concrete pad either right over in that corner or take it around the tower. I'll show you that here in a minute because we've got that second pad as well. But the HVAC guys basically want to come in and get all their stuff ran to the inside of the castle. Again, where there's going to be drywall, they'll put those head units on later, but they have one hole there, another hole there, and then they'll go up through that hole you guys see right there in the top of the tower. So we haven't got the soffit on yet, and they'll get the head unit mounted on that rock and the head unit mounted on that rock. But we've got a little bit of work to do before they can perform that. I also have to get a little bit more of a level spot right here and a concrete pad shoved up there so that they can put the outdoor unit here, which will have 5 heads, 1, 2, 3 at the very top, 4, 5, 2 in the addition. So that's all going to happen next week, but we've got a little bit of work to do out here to make sure that that can happen along with this bottom work. But let's go inside and check out the other work we got to do. All right, get up to the second floor here. This is our second doorway, so you can enter into the tower from the addition. We have almost got it completely open. Got a few rough edges to take care of here, maybe clean out this bottom corner just a little bit more, but we're going to do the same thing that you guys saw us do down there. We've got one 2x12 cut already for the side, and there's a top 2x12 cut here somewhere. But this one's going to fall in just a little bit different because it had previous lintels here already, and we did confirm that we've got rebar structure in here. So all that is tied together exceptionally well. But we want to get this chased with 2x12s so that we hold all of this in place. And then long term, we will close this off with some type of rough cut product to create an accent wall here that comes down to this bottom edge. And then the live limestone will all stay showing. But we're going to cover up that cinder block wall, frame close that hole, and that accent wall will carry to that corner to corner. We've got a little bit more work up here to do. I'd like to get this cut at a little bit of an angle, kind of lay this back a little bit. I know we can't go, realistically, we don't want to go any further than that rebar, but I'd like to clean this up just a little bit, get this chased with 2x12s, so that we can frame it closed and make it look good later. And this will be the access to the second bedroom in the tower, which is here. We've got this 2x12 that we'll use over there as well. And then once that doorway is chased and closer to finished, that's when we will start demoing all these steps out, which will probably happen this coming week as well. Take these steps out and then start extending this floor over and working our way down. And a lot of you might think that these are supportive, but they are not. They are not supportive whatsoever. So all of the support to those steps is this metal C-channel that he mortared into place into the wall, and we'll cut that off flush with the wall and take some mortar and put back over that to make it look good. And then long term in this bedroom, there'll be a closet over here, your entrance here, and then believe it or not, you know what, I think I'll leave that surprise for later. There's going to be a nicety, is what I would call it, in this room that most places wouldn't have. So I'm going to get some things set up. So we're going to use the planer a little bit more today. We also got ourselves a handy dandy hand planer. And the reason that I got that is not just for this, but we have this wire right here that controls those lights. And the switch used to be right here in this wall. We've got to figure out exactly where we're going to put that switch. We may end up cutting a switch in right here, running that wire through this wall, over and around. But if not, and we decide to put that switch back on the side that it was, I'm going to take that little router with this straight cut bit that you see right there and route a channel in the 2x12 to get that wire chased over. And you know, honestly, I don't think we have to have the switch on the right hand side, but I do want the switch to be located in this room for that room. So I'm gonna get some stuff set up and we'll be right back. Well, we got our chalk line here. In order to get a 1 foot underhang, if you will, to get 1 foot of waterproofing out from that inside corner, we've got to hang down here, and then we'll put a second layer from here over top of that. Water runs downhill. This stuff is very tacky. This is not going to be any fun. Well, I'll put you guys up over here. You'll see that I'm also going to overlap that inside corner right there. But we need that waterproofing to come all the way to this doorway today, so I can get a 4-inch sock pipe, which you can see right there. And as you can also see, I set my laser up and I did check the elevation right against the forma drain on the concrete level. We've got basically a 1/4 inch of fall through here, and then we got to turn right around this extension cord end, which is useless, and come out this way to get all this to drain properly. So let's see if we can get this waterproofing on here without throwing a fit.
Where do you want this? Where do you want the...
Wherever you want to put it out here on this stack of gravel right here.
Okay.
We can run the board right there. Lucas got us a stand made for the planer. You guys saw us on the subfloor planing a board. We got some more boards to plane today, so we built us a stand so we can get it up at belly level. At least that's the thought process, right, Lucas?
That's right. Something's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy. I agree, young man. We're going to try to only remove the amount of paper that we need to remove to get ourselves started. We're going to hold basically 12 inches down. And it will stick to itself, which is also not any fun. We'll get her arranged here in a minute. Hello, Roll. You just had to fall over, didn't you? And then when we go to put our second layer on, it'll overlap this as well. Oh no! Good thing the sun's not shining back here. That would have been no fun. Now, as an extra, this is not needed. But since I'm working this by myself, we're gonna make sure it doesn't move, hopefully. Can't really hammer tack it off to ICF because, well, staple doesn't hold an ICF worth of crap. it should go a little smoother. But I figured I'd video the hardest part with you guys. Got plenty of overlap, and I'm just a little bit shy of my corner. I'll pull that back off and hope it doesn't stick back to itself again. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Get that overlap made there. Pull that back up on there. Help that it's down, over. We'll get it. Because I guarantee you, this will stop any water that comes off of that hillside and is trying to get underneath that mortar. It'll send it into that pipe all the way out to where we want it to actually go. And the reason we're not going any further in this doorway is because we have to finish framing this doorway. Ooh, that sticks to your hair really bad too. Put ourselves on our chalk line. Corner doesn't want to stick very well. Really don't want to put any staples below where the next overlap is going to go. Once we get our backfill in here, this will hold it all up tight. And I'll take one piece and just put it in this corner. I figured that was going to happen. way too many staples, but it's actually going pretty smoothly without me having to fight it much. So. And I know we can cut it here. Once we frame across that, we can take off again, because this is going to be a ramp on this side that goes down to just a few inches. So we don't need nearly the amount of waterproofing on this right-hand side. Take it back for now. We'll just put one staple in that end, so once we frame it, we can take it the rest of the way around there. Got us a pipe comes through the wall there. Haven't confirmed what it is yet, so we're going to cut it out. Push it through. We may do something with it later. Not for sure yet. Boy, it sticks to PVC, let me tell you. And all that is on the back side of this waterproofing is butyl rubber, basically. And that's what makes it sticky. Got a nice rubber membrane back there on that back side. Okay, now what that'll do once our metal comes down to the concrete and I run the next layer of waterproofing, which will come across this level, it'll come down over top of that. Any water that comes down gets in behind the concrete, gets in between, or any water that comes off that hillside and comes in, it'll hit this water barrier, hit that pipe. We're going to tie this pipe into our former drain and run it out that way, and we'll finish that long term, because we got a bunch of work to do over there too. So this pipe's just going to be sitting over there for now. That's the first layer. Now I got to get on the second layer. Well, that came out, in my opinion, exceptionally well. I was able to cut my second piece to get all the water that would come down on top of that pipe to shed out and away. Get that stuck just a little bit better right back there. Overlapped really nicely here to create that nice seam. So realistically, we're double protected from here to there. Got our corner shut off there. We'll cut a 4-inch hole here, run that pipe on top of that waterproofing through and out, and that'll get our water no longer can go in that area there. That's done. Now we got to get the hole cut, the adapter on, the pipe in, rock over it. But I think Lucas needs me. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready.
I don't know if I'm ready. I feel like that screw's loose. Alright. Sounds like we got a small leak right there. We might ought to tighten that up.
Oh yeah, I smell it.
It's about to get real. Let's make sure we're not going to blow ourselves up. Where's the wind blowing?
Could be coming from the south.
So what we're getting ready to do is light this torch and do it blowing that way. I just ate most of that. And burn this board as a trial burn to see what this grain's gonna look like. And this will be the finish. I guess is the best way to explain that. Let's see what happens. Well, this thing came with it. Supposedly it's gonna light it up. That's a little, I figured you'd do it from back here, wouldn't you?
So I
Said you gotta go out there and maybe burn yourself? Maybe it's a two-person operation. Hell, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. You want me to try lighting it?
I guess.
Oh, I'm the lighter. I see how it is.
Well, we didn't get it on camera, but we got it lit. See how this goes. I think that looks pretty cool. What do you think?
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
And you know what the most
awesome.
beautiful part is? Not a single board will look the exact same. Every board will look different.
You're right.
Because the grain pattern is going to be different.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
Well, now you can get it mounted up and show them what it looks like. We'll burn the other board. We'll burn that off camera, and then we'll mount this one and the other one, and you can show them. And I think the top board we're going to have to leave on, hand plane it, and burn it in place. Hopefully you guys can see this. This is the connection point for the pipe. So we've got to cut a hole this size in the former drain, snap that in, put 2 screws in it, and then we can connect our 4-inch pipe and take off. We'll use our roto zip and get her cut. That gets us about a 1/2 inch up off the bottom. Well, you wouldn't believe how much air comes out of there. Now we'll throw our 2 screws in it right there, connect our pipe up. Get our second screw in. Good and solid. Now we can connect our 4-inch pipe. Oops, sorry about that. Connect our 4-inch pipe and run it out the other end and get some gravel on it. Well, got some rock on the pipe. This end here is going to go back that way once we get that extended past and we get that waterproofing on, as explained earlier. But that right there, a little bit of foot raking. Looks like we got a little bit light right there. And we'll probably add some more gravel here before it's all said and done, but this gets me to the point where I can tell my plumber, who is going to come out that hole right there, come out and shoot across and then go into the crawl space. I now believe I am to the level that he needs to run his pipe across there, and then we can backfill the rest of this out. It needs to be done. So we're going to call that backfilled for now. We're up to the top of the former drain, real close to it there. If he wants us to add a little bit more rock, we can add a little bit more rock. We got 2 more loads on the backside of the castle. So that gets this corner complete and the waterproofing. And you guys got to keep in mind, we're going to have a concrete ramp come up to a 4-foot wide landing to then come over, step up into the corner, come over here and step up one more time to get into that door. That gets this corner done. Get the tractor moved back around for Eric. Go see where Lucas is at on that top door. Maybe we'll be casing a door in. Well, it looks like Lucas is really close. Got a board shimmed in there. Got the bottom cleaned out. Got those high spots taken off. Got that top high spot taken off. I don't see a 2-foot level, but it looks like we're still a little low right here in this corner. So I think we're going to call it good enough for now on this, because it's not as pressing as getting the bases that we need to fabricate and put on the rock wall for the HVAC company. We have the cardboard template. Our thought process is those 2x4s you guys saw us walk past there, we're just going to make a 2x4 chase, but the castle wall leans pretty severely. So if we take this template here and we line where it says line hole right there up with that hole, that's how we got to mount this thing. So we'll get our frame up there, tap con it to the top, and then figure out where we need to fill in. You ready for this craziness?
Like always.
All right. We got some tools here. Let's get some measurements pulled and we'll be back. All right, Lucas got us all cut. We've got this wall behind us, the wall below us, and then the bottom floor of the tower that we have to put these small ones in. I'll show you guys how I think these are going to go together. I do not have a Craig jointer, so we're not going to use pocket screws. We're going to toenail them, buddy. How's that sound? I think I can do it. I think I can. I think I can. I mean, the wall's so erratic, these don't have to be perfect. Perfect might make it worse, actually. I want to make sure my screw's low enough that if the bracket goes on my screw side, it doesn't matter, or if the screw side goes to the wall, it doesn't hold me out from the wall at all. That one's on there really good. Let's go to the other side. Steep enough. Have to move that one. Screw's gonna be nice and hot now. steep enough because I screwed myself to the floor. No longer screwed to the floor, so that one was steep enough. These mini split head units only weigh 30 pounds, so we're not holding, daggone it. Well, I think I can fix that with a hammer. How I got those perfect and not those two, I'll never know. Oh well. 4 more screws and we'll have a frame built, and then we're going to use our template. We got to drill a hole in our frame. That didn't do very good on 2 of them, was it?
No.
Daggone it.
You're doing better than what I could do, I'll tell you that right now.
Well, those 2 ended up coming out the other side of the board, so we might have to smack them with a hammer. Get all them little flakes off there, and that should mount to the wall well. Cut that one a little long. Nope. That board's just a little bit of an angle. We'll torque it out of there. Maybe. Let's see here. We have a hammer up here. There's one right down there on the table below us if you want to go grab it. First floor? Yeah, the room below us. He's gonna go grab that hammer, and that'll allow me to torque that board out there. Because this top cut was just a little bit of an angle on that short board there. We can get it out of it though.
I guess it's not factory edges today, is it?
Not factory edges, no Lucas factory edges today.
Alright. Need to get on my A game.
Yeah, put your foot right there. I'll put my foot right there. Cracked her out just a little bit. It'll all be hidden with the finish work. Mudman take care of that, right? Isn't that what the guys say when they're hanging drywall? Mudman take care of that. Now, take this guy out. Flip him over. Now we can take our handy dandy template. We put a hole in our template, you can see there, because this is where the HVAC guy said the line comes in. Square it up, line it up. There's a pencil mark there. Take our hole saw. Just like that. Oh, hot. I didn't want to just grab that.
I bet so.
Just like that. We have a base. Now, hold it up here on the wall. Let's see. Yep. 3-foot level. Oh, lost it there for a second. Mark that corner because we know that's where that wants to be for the hole. Now we level ourselves up. Mark that. Make sure we have our top 2 corners marked. Pretty confident I can get a tap con in right here. I'm pretty confident I can get a tap con in right here. And then another tap con here and here actually, and then we'll just put one block, one short block right here and sister it to the back of this board. That's a smart way to open your tape measure. Y'all see it, just use your mouth. Oh, a little more than an inch. So I think if we cut one more short board. Well, actually, we can't do that yet, Lucas.
Oh.
I got to mount the top, and then we need to plumb it.
Oh, yes.
This way.
Alright.
Okay, so get a battery in the hammer drill. We'll need that.
And we got tap cons up there?
They're here somewhere. I'll bottom up. They might be there. They're right in there between the 2 grinders, actually. Now we got our top 2 corners where we know we want to be. Hey, turn that to drill and hammer, please. The arrow should point towards the bit, I believe. Push the button on the side, it'll click.
There you go.
Thank you. I'm pretty confident I can sneak one right there on that corner too. Just have to run it a little bit of an angle. There's one. Now that it's kind of holding itself there, let's make sure we're... Oh man, that's money. Money! Send it! Again, I told you guys earlier, these head units weigh 30 pounds. Each Tapcon, pretty sure the box says 250 pounds. So realistically, we could hold 500 pounds there, but we're gonna put more Tapcons in it. Now we plumb it. So our bottom needs to come out. Well, it ain't much. I think we can cut a shim for this side, Lucas.
Alright.
Get myself over here to where I can hold the level, plumb it, and measure it. You might have to hold the level, actually.
Alright.
Half inch. Yep, so let's cut us a 1/2 inch shim out of our 2x4. Make it, we got a whole nother 12 footers, so let's go a 1/2 inch by just shy of 3 inch, because the rock gets a little bit tighter. So we'll go 2 and a half. If that was a factory cut, I could square it up off that, but, you know.
Yeah. Not today, sorry.
It's a Lucasism
Yeah,
today.
that's right, not today.
Now, cut that from that side through, and then you run that, you'll have your shim. Go ahead all the way through. We don't need more shims.
Okay.
Ta-da! Here, let me trim that with my pocket knife, young man. Here's what I'm talking about. He did really good all the way through. Right there, that is.
Shouldn't have got lazy.
Shouldn't have got lazy. That's exactly right. That should be the motto for America. Shouldn't have got lazy.
I'll take that one, that's on me.
Finally, you owned up to one. Now we'll slide our shim back here. Take our 2-foot level. Went too far.
Huh.
It's a 1/16 of an inch. I think we're going to call that good.
Alright. I was about to say, can't blame that one on me. I was the one measuring.
You're right. This one time.
Oh, yeah.
Tech contour. Then we obviously have a pretty big gap over here. We'll solve that problem here in a second too. So there's 3 points of attachment, but as you guys can see, that's got a little flex to it. But now that we know, you keep running off that 2-foot level, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I like it.
You like the 2-foot level?
I do.
Looks like this one needs to come out. I think I can do this one by myself. Man, this rock is so erratic. Let's cut a block 2 3/4. When I say a block 2 3/4, we're going to make a standoff. Get your skill saw and let's cut that line right there.
Alrighty.
I think we can make this one. Ooh, what's that for right there? You remember why I do that, right?
Yes. So it does not crack the wood.
This one, unfortunately, we can't do that. All right, so in order to put it where it needs to be, oh gosh, 16th again. So in order to put it where it needs to be, we're a little bit in the way of their line.
Okay. Let me take them off.
Yeah. But this is not going to be a safe cut. Seriously. And I'm beginning to wonder if we don't just fabricate a whole new piece instead of trying to chop our fingers off. Because we need to cut that at a 45-degree angle.
Oh yeah.
So let's do it this way. Square it up on a new one. Transfer that line. And that was 2 3/4, right? Yep, 2 3/4 on the money. 2 3/4. So now, cut your 45 first, beyond that point, and then cut it. Make sense?
Yeah. So
It's a 45 the wrong way. So hold that board and I'll teach you something.
alright.
We're gonna plunge cut this way.
Alright.
We're just doing craziness today. Take that hand further back. Oops, wrong button. See how we made that a little bit safer?
Yes.
Now when I put it up in here, that 45-degree should keep us right off the edge of the hole. Beautiful.
That's good.
Look at that. Neither one of them cracked out. Got a good foot. 16th off. That just means the water's going to drain better out that hole. Now I got to figure out a way to sneak one tap con in there. This is going to be fun. Dude, I bet you can do a chin up on that.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
I haven't done one in a while.
Oh, here we go. He's gonna try a chin up. Don't break it. If there was enough room.
Yeah. Told you.
Nice. So that's what we have to do 3 more times, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 3 more times. But now that mount will allow them to put their mini split. This template kind of shows you. It's a metal bracket. And this is the template. So that will allow them to mount this hole, that hole, that hole, and that hole. Here, there, there, and there. And then the rest of that will get covered up with the actual mini split unit. We have just a little bitty edge that we need to clear coat. And then we can take on the side, whatever we do for finish work elsewhere with our accent stuff, we can cut a little triangular piece, screw it right to the edge of this, do the same thing, do the same thing, do the same thing, and in case that whole thing, once the mini split is there. There's number 2 mounted. Kind of give you guys a view. Again, all these steps are going away along with all those black bars. You can see how high that mini split's going to be up there in the air. I ended up needing to put a 1/2 inch shim here and an inch, an inch and 1/8 over there. So what I did was I counterbored my Tapcon hole. So it's actually halfway through this first thickness, and then it gets all the way back into that rock. Well, that'll work. You can see we are lined up right on that hole, baby. It doesn't get much better than that. So now we've got one more small one to mount in the basement in the gaming room, and then a bigger one that we have to make and mount in the bunk room. Well, there's the last one for today. And again, these head units weigh 30 pounds. I'm 185. I'm feeling pretty confident about that. This is the other one here. Oh, and I didn't drill a hole in this one because they're not coming from behind it. They're coming up the wall and into that side right there. And then we're going to custom fabricate a door and probably just turn that into a closet. I did drill a hole in this one because I think there's enough area if they come from their hole and come right off that light and sneak right up in there, they can turn and come out. So all that will be hidden. So that's today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We got quite a bit accomplished. I've got a little bit more to do. It's just backfilling rock and stuff for the HVAC guys. So I don't think you really care about that. But I will explain it. That concrete pad is going to be moved over to that corner. That's where the outside unit's going to go. And I got to cut that pad down, level up a spot back here in the back, right back there by the electrical panel to get that concrete pad set so that the HVAC guys can get the outside unit set back there. Hopefully you enjoyed. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, turn those notifications on, share away.